to remind yourself that if she can, you can. If I can, you can. And, if you're scared, that's when you should most often take that leap and do it. Because if you stay in that comfort zone, you're not growing, you're not learning, you're not, I can't say you're not, but you're probably not helping, inspiring others as well around you, whether that's a goal you want, but you never know when someone else is looking to you and they see you, kind of doing that same thing. And my coach recently said, I'll probably say this wrong, but like you're stuck if you are like never growing, never learning.
The Podcast Empire, podcast mastery for women in business.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the Podcast Empire. Today we have an unstoppable guest joining us, an author who has unlocked the secrets to leaving an incredible legacy and overcoming adversity. Get ready to embark on a transformative journey as we delve into the wisdom and the resilience of our incredible guest. And she is one of the authors of the Unstoppable best-selling book series. This is series number 4, produced by Elsa Morgan. So sit back, relax, and prepare to be inspired as we explore the power of perseverance and the legacy we can all create. Let's begin this unstoppable conversation with Valerie Thurman. Now, she helps others feel confident in their own skin and love the person staring back at them in the mirror. Don't we need more of that? Welcome to the Podcast Empire.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having me again, Tracy.
Now, we were talking pre-show, Valerie. You have been in book number 1, book number 2, and now book number 4, the Powerhouse Edition. Wow, what an experience. What's your biggest takeaway about being in 3 of the books in the series?
Thank you. Yes, and it's definitely been a huge experience. I think one of the biggest takeaways is just the growth and the impact, especially when you're able to see it yourself. Oftentimes you'll hear people say like, oh, I see the difference in you. But when you can see that difference in yourself and you see that you're moving differently, thinking differently, showing up differently, that is one of the hugest things I think right now for me, especially with this book, Unstoppable 4.
Absolutely. So what inspired you to write a chapter in Unstoppable 4, the Powerhouse Edition?
So as I've, evolved over the last, couple of years, my journey also is evolving. I'm going into some different directions where I can help others in different ways. And so wanting to share my story as far as like the journey I've gone through, all the inner stuff I've healed, I've worked through, the ups and the downs, and being able to share that and help others, and knowing that going down this new path of being able to help others, to share that and to let people know that where you're at right now doesn't need to be where you're at in a week from now, in a year from now. You should always be ever changing, ever evolving. And I really want to inspire women or others, anyone really, to that you can change, you can evolve, and you should be always growing in some way.
Absolutely. Now, you've achieved so much, especially with your Reiki, with your business, with helping others, and this evolution that we're hearing about, evolving and stepping into the new version of Valerie each and every moment, new level, new devil, right? What has
Yes.
been the greatest achievement in your life that you're really most proud of?
So I was thinking about that, and oftentimes people will level that to like one specific moment or pivotal thing. And especially over the last couple of weeks, I was thinking about like my whole journey and how many times in life has something come up and it stopped you, or you're like, okay, I'm going to have limitations going forward, whether it's like physical, mental, whatever it is that it might be. And the fact that I have always overcome that. So, you know, like as far as like a physical thing, there's been several things where doctors have told me, well, you're no longer going to be able to do such things. There was a point in time I couldn't go grocery shopping. And, a year ago, I walked, but I'd completed my first 5K, something that I never thought I could do. So just knowing and seeing that I keep overcoming those obstacles in some way or another is huge to me. So it's not necessarily one thing, but the fact that I keep overcoming things, roadblocks that are put in my way, things that should stop me or slow me down, which they may for a short period, but I've always been able to get back up and go again. And it may look a little different, but I'm still able to do all the things. And that's been really huge.
That is a great perspective to have. Does it all boil down to drive or mindset, or a combination of a few things to just keep getting up and keep striving? Is it a passion? Is it a drive? What do you think really drives you to want to be able to keep going when times get tough, to just get up and keep going?
I think it's a little bit of both. So, you've got to have that mindset to keep going, to keep improving, but it's also that drive of, I don't want this to be where my story ends, or I don't want this to be my limitation of, whether it's physical or whatever it might be, or just a place in life. I don't want that to be where my story ends. I want it to improve, be better, where I can help others, or so I can show up for family, friends, people I may not even know yet. And so that drive to continue to show up differently, to show up better, has, I think, pushed me the most to work on the mindset, to work on all the things.
Well, this is why you are unstoppable. This is why you are a powerhouse, the powerhouse edition. And do you think you would have achieved everything now? You must be so proud of the journey that you came on. If you could go back to that 20-year-old version of Valerie, what would you say to her?
I I think I would go back and tell her to raise your hand, to speak up. I would often, if someone would offer me an opportunity or whatever it might be, my first reaction is like, nope, not for me, can't do that. But then I would slow down and I would think, well, wait, why not? Or that might be fun, to either, not answer so quickly, or, to raise your hand back up and be like, wait, can we revisit that? Let's talk about this. Let's, have a conversation. Let's get some more details out, because there's so many things way back when that I said no to that. And then even immediately after, I'd be like, no, ask, say something. But I was too scared. And being scared and doing it, I think, is the biggest thing, because when you're just scared and you stop, you're not growing. You're not, doing those things that you're interested in, or that you want to do, or that maybe you should be doing. So
Absolutely. I'm so glad you've found your voice and you're feeling the fear and doing it anyway, because that's how we definitely step into the unstoppable mindset mode. Now, you've done so many things inspiring other people, other women. What inspiration can you share with women who really want to pursue their dreams, but they really feel like they're not ready?
So with that, I would probably it's a little long-winded probably, but to to do it, because if you're not scared, you're not dreaming big enough on
Oh, I
it.
love that. If you're not scared, you're not dreaming big enough. Oh, wow, we need that on a coffee cup or a t-shirt or something, Valerie. That is some
Yes.
great words of advice. That's a golden nugget right there for our audience. Now, what kind of message would you like to leave our audience on today?
So just always remember, you should always be learning, growing, changing, evolving, and creating that new version of you, because you shouldn't be that version you were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, a year ago, a month ago. It should always be something different, something new, whether it's growing more plants and make your house more green. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, big or small, but you should always be learning, growing, and taking those steps. So if you're not doing those things, find something, and find something that interests you and make those changes, because it's exciting at the end of each day to be like, what did I learn today? Who could I have possibly have helped because the way I showed up, or because you shared some information. And always remember, if I can, you can. If she can, you can. Or if she can, I can. And you never know who's watching. So you may be that light in someone else's darkness without even realizing it. So keep shining bright and keep creating that life that you want.
Some words of wisdom, some unstoppable words of wisdom there. Keep shining bright, everybody. What a great way to end our episode today, with the unstoppable, incredible Valerie Thurman. We hope you found our conversation with this inspiring author of the Unstoppable book series as captivating as what I did. And if you're ready to embark on your own journey of resilience and leave a lasting legacy, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast for more empowering content, just like Valerie shared with us today. And while you're at it, we'd greatly appreciate it if you could leave a comment or review, and Valerie will respond to that with your biggest takeaway from today's episode. So, to dive even deeper into the world of the Unstoppable best-selling book series, be sure to grab your very own copy. The link is in the show notes, and immerse yourself in the stories that will ignite your determination and push you beyond your limits, just like Valerie shared with us today, to keep going, to get up and just keep shining bright. Connect with our Unstoppable guest on the links in the show notes, and stay updated on Valerie's latest insights and projects. And a sneak peek, she's got a lot of projects about to roll out in the upcoming months. So stay tuned on all of her progress. And remember, it's never too late to start creating your own unstoppable legacy. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next Unstoppable episode. Make sure you grab a copy of the Unstoppable book and read Valerie's chapter. Thank you, and I'll see you in the pod. Thanks, Valerie.
Thank you.
The Podcat's Empire, podcast mastery for women in business.